Hi guys, this is Sean with Backflow Supply out of Salt Lake City, Utah. As I was calibrating test kits, and so many of them came in with the bleed valves not shutting off tight, I thought maybe I'd do a short video about these the valve bonnets that are on the Midwest test kits. These are on the 835s and the 845s. So I just wanted to show you this, that it's nothing special. It's just a valve stem that's this, and the body of the bonnet, which is this, and then an O-ring that'll seal it to the manifold or to the valve, as well as an O-ring that's inside on this valve stem that seals it inside. And that's all that consists of. While I have it apart though, sometimes you'll notice as you're using your valves that they get a little bit sticky, and sometimes you can hear it making a little bit of a noise because this rubber doesn't have any more lube on it, or it's drying out or swollen, and it's just not moving very well. But also you'll find that a fine powdery dust will build up in these threads here and here in the valve body, and that's just from the friction going back and forth of the two metals, and it will actually just jam up in those threads. So when you start to fill that, you'll want to just take it out from your test kit and take it apart like this. Clean it as best you can, blow some air through there to get the dust out, and then sometimes you'll find even some corrosion that's built up inside of the body of the valve that you'll want to clean out as best you can. And then I always put just a little tiny bit of lube on this O-ring here and wipe it around and then put it back in, and you'll find that that will cause your valve bonnet to last longer. And then for the way that it seals, it's nothing special. The valves have a seat that's inside of it, a little plastic or Teflon seat. It has three little legs that point up. So where my finger is the bottom of the valve, and the legs are pointing up to where the valve bonnet will go, and it just makes contact right there. The legs will sit on the brass itself, and the only portion of the valve stem that touches the seat is this portion right here, if you can see that. And you don't want to have any metal shavings or anything come through. Even corrosion can kind of eat away at that and kind of pit it, which makes it more difficult for it to seal. And if you aren't using your filters on your hoses, you'll find that you'll get Teflon or grass or even metal shavings that will come through and get stuck on the seat itself. And when you go to tighten that down, you're embedding those particles into the seat. And so each time you have to turn your valve off just a little bit more, until finally you're just really cranking on that to get that to close. It does not take much force on these needle valves. You should just be able to finger tighten it. And when it starts to get a little bit more than that, you may want to take it out and see if you can clean it. Sometimes also you'll find that there'll be some corrosion on the underside of this valve seat where it sits in the valve body, that you'll want to try and clean that out as well. And that'll help give you a little bit extra life and care for your gauge. But you may want to have some seats on hand. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today, and we'll have more to come in the future. Thank you.